Hey, good morning. Welcome to Bitcoin Bounce. My name is Joseph, and today I'm here with Deon, and we are going to do our Friday recap. This week was a brilliant week for everybody that's in crypto. The markets moved to the upside, so pretty much doesn't matter what you bought. You probably made a little profit this week, so this is quite exciting. But today we're just going to look at our trades that we did for the week, and then we're also going to look at possible trades that's going to happen between now and Monday, and then Monday we'll resume to every day give you more trade signals. So for most days, Dion would during the daytime put out the video, and I'll do a video in the evening so we can keep you up to date. Good morning, Dion. Tell us, what do you think? What's happening?
Hi, good morning, Joseph. So just quickly to look at the news, there's a big news event coming. These are all the high impact news events coming up. So today at 3:30 South African time, we've got one big news event, so just to keep an eye on that. And then next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, also it's non-farms and the interest rates and so on. So big news coming up next week. Then just looking at the charts quickly, so US dollar is trading in this range here between these two zones for the past quite a few days, I think a week or so to 10 days. And dollar looks good for our crypto trades because it's still going down or just hovering, ranging kind of sideways, unless maybe with that news today it breaks out. But for now it's still low. The 200 is up here, under that the 50, under that the 20, and price is way under the 20 still. So it's looking like dollar might eventually break down here further, which would be great for us. Then S&P 500, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin, they are all like in these resistance zones. So if the dollar goes down today, which I doubt, the news actually looks as if it's going to be good for the dollar, so the dollar would go up. But we need the dollar to go down to break out of Nasdaq, S&P, and Bitcoin. So you can see Bitcoin's also just like ranging then, about to break out. But we just need some bad dollar news for it, I think, all to correlate and start going up. Then just quickly flipping through our charts, Bitcoin. So this is just all the 4-hour charts. It's kind of on the edge here. At the moment the stochastic is low, there's no volume. MACD is also bearish, so I foresee just a short pullback on Bitcoin, and then maybe we'll see how that news affects. I wouldn't get into any of these coins until after that news event this afternoon, but for now it's looking as if we would have a small pullback first before we go further up again over the weekend. And as I say, depends what happens with the news. Then Ethereum, kind of the same thing. So Ethereum is under the 20 and the 50, and also negative here on stochastic. It looks like it's going down. The RSI is under 50, and also the no volume and MACD is also bearish. So everything looks like it's going to just do a bit of a pullback or ranging sideways, and then maybe waiting for that news before some volatility comes back to the market. ADA as well is ADA is above the 20, so that's looking okay, but still stochastic on the 4-hour is still down. So I wouldn't get into anything, as I say, until we've had that flip on the stochastic and see what happens with the news. It could also just be that they're setting the market up for a big fall. So it looks like everything is starting to go up, but actually they're just waiting for that news event to drop it all down. So just be careful today. And then MATIC is also looking very bullish. Really looking actually spectacular. So it's way above the 20 here. It went up, had a nice retest there to the fib 0.5, so like a perfect retest, but also it's negative here on the stochastic, so in the total overbought area, so it kind of has to come down. So also just be wary, and same with XRP. So XRP is just retesting the 50 now, and could then be going up, but I was also expecting it to actually come down and maybe just come and test this 800 on the 4-hour, just have a bit of a pullback, and it would be a great entry from here. So all the charts I think are kind of bullish, but I would just wait for a bit of a pullback for a better entry on that stochastic turn, and then just make sure at that point that your RSI is over 50. Then you can get into all of them. So I'm just suspecting that they're kind of rigging the market at the moment for it to look very bullish, but they're going to have a quick week down, take stop losses before they go up again. So I would just be careful today around that news event. And then there was that WRX trade of ours. It's still just consolidating. Yeah, it's above our buy-in, but we're still waiting for that big wick to the top. And then that AVEX trade that you opened is also still looking great. It's above the 800, 20 above the 50. So it's also really looking good, just hovering sideways. And that's the only one with the stochastic is actually looks like it's turning bullish again. And that's it basically from me, Joseph. Just a quick rundown of where we are. So overall, everything I'm expecting a bit of market manipulation, so it's looking as if it's going up, but I'm expecting a nice week down, and that would be good entries for us for the weekend. So just not yet, wait a bit, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Deon. I agree with your analysis here, and I also expect a proper move to the downside. Okay, so Deon, I want to quickly share my screen here. Okay, so I just want to just quickly talk a little bit about the map that we have for Bitcoin right here. Deon, can you see my screen nicely?
Yes, I can, yes.
Okay, so this is a kind of ladder, and it's been plotted out a long time ago already for Bitcoin to move. So Bitcoin, the first number on this list was actually 21. So the goal was for Bitcoin to be 21, and then from 21 go up to 23, and then 25, and then 28, and then 23. Okay, so the progression would go like this. Bitcoin would go sideways, and then go up to our 25 level, and then once it reaches the 25 level, then it will pull down all the way to the 21 level and find support here. Okay, and so that will be kind of like our next buy entry. Okay, now once it hits support here, then Bitcoin will push up all the way and then go up to the 28 level and then pull back down again to the 23 level. So that's kind of we went and looked back at the historic chart, and that's kind of like it. So what it does, it moves up 2 levels, come back 1, move up 2 levels, come back 1, and it kind of have like that movement that it does. And so that's kind of the expectation of what Bitcoin could do. It could also break through and actually go up past the 25 level and find support on the 25 level, or come back and find support on the 23 level and then start going up to the 28 level. So for a healthy bull run on Bitcoin, we actually need Bitcoin to have upruns and pullbacks and upruns and pullbacks. And so that's why if you look at this chart that we have right here, so we had a very strong uprun, and then we had a bull flag and another uprun. So a healthy thing for Bitcoin would actually be to come back to test the 21 level, and then okay, sorry, it means delete that line. Let me get my little draw line. So to go back, test this 21 level, and then go up to the 25 level. That will be the healthy movement for us. So I would, if you would be looking to buy Bitcoin right now, I would probably be looking at 21 as a very strong buy level. Now, I want to quickly go through a trade or two that we put in this week. So I think it was on Tuesday. I saw on Ethereum that we made that little red candle right there on the 4-hour chart of Ethereum. Okay, and so then what happened is I said, okay, I reckon there's going to be a sell signal all the way to the $1,500 level. Okay, and so we put the sell with a stop loss there just after the high, and then said, okay, let's try a 2 to 1 ratio profit risk to reward. And then what happened? That trade came literally right on the 1,500, like, or $1,501. It was just like right on that level where I put my take profit. And then in the next video, I said, okay, now it's time to cash out when we were sitting on these candles. And then my expectation was then for Ethereum then to range between that high and this low. And so I then put on another trade again with my entry in this area and my stop loss a little bit below to the upside. Now that one didn't cash out, so you'd still be in a positive right now. But for now, on the Ethereum trade that I recommended, I would say it's time to close the trade at a smaller profit because of this announcement that we're getting this afternoon. Now on MATIC, I actually left my signal that I gave right here. So we were sitting on this red candle, and my expectation was for MATIC to go to the upside. Now I thought that let's just take our take profit with inside of this range, and so that's why I only went for 6.23 take profit. But I probably could have went for probably at least a 15% take profit. But I put the stop loss just below this week. And so this MATIC trade was actually a very nice trade for us. The other trade that I recommended was ADA. So at the time when I gave the signal, we were sitting on this candle right here. And then I said, I reckon we must put the low just below that week, and then we can again, let me see, what was this ratio? Excuse me, let me just click here. So I went for a 2.3 risk to reward ratio. And obviously, this trade on Cardano now paid out nicely with that week that we had here. So that was also a good trade. On XRP, I said I felt that XRP was going to go sideways, but even if you would have bought on XRP, we would have, I don't know if that week would have just barely hit the take profit or just missed it. But XRP pretty much for right now is still sideways. We found support on XRP. It's a support and the resistance line right on this area right here. And so it broke nicely through, and then it caught support. So theoretically, I think XRP is just waiting for this announcement. But you know how trading works. The market goes up. It hit that resistance line a few times, and then it kind of breaks through, finds support, breaks through a little bit better, finds support. So we actually have our buy signal on XRP right here. So, and now we got a double bottom also. Sorry, I'm messing my chart up here. Let me just delete some of these lines that I'm drawing right here. Let me delete that one. So what we have here on XRP, we got proper support that we found in this region right here. And then we got another bounce. So we got like two bounces, like a double bottom. So there could definitely be an expectation for XRP to start moving towards the upside. So I think if our signal this afternoon is good for Bitcoin, then I definitely think there's a buy opportunity on XRP, and then you can put your stop loss just below this week's on this area. And then finally on AVAX, here you can still see my signal that I put in. So I reckon I was on this candle when we bought, and I put my stop loss just below here. And I wanted us to take profit right now. So I would say cash out your AVAX right now and just wait for the announcements to come this afternoon. And then we could possibly look at another buy opportunity. What I like about the AVAX, we had a low, and then we got a higher low, and then we got a higher low. And even on the highs, okay, so here we had a lower high, and that kind of bothered me a little bit. And then we had a little bit of a higher high than this one, but then finally we had a higher high than that one. So our pattern is like a higher high, and then another higher high, and then finally another high. So that's at least to the upside. So all of the highs and lows shows us on AVAX that we're still in the up cycle. But I would just for now, until we finished our announcements this afternoon, just close out this trade in a profit. And then that's my signal on AVAX. Okay. Yeah, so Deon, what I tried to do is just to give people high probability signals, but I didn't really go that much into too much analysis. So that was my trades for the week so far.
It was very good. Yeah, it was a good week. A very good week. Some awesome trades there, Joseph.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, Dion, at what time is this announcement this afternoon?
It's 3:30.
So what do you think is the expectation?
The expectation looks like it's good news for the dollar. So dollar's going to go up, but normally when they know that the market thinks that, then they take the price down first and weak people out, and then they take it to the top side. So you never know how the actual price is going to react to the news. And obviously the news has to come out first, but the expectation at the moment is that it's good for the dollar. Dollar would go up, and then Bitcoin and everything else would go down, pull back a bit. But it could also be that just nothing happens because there are bigger news events next week, so non-farms and so on. So it could be that they're just busy setting us up for next week. But somewhere within the next 3 or 4 of these big news events coming up, they're definitely going to pull those massive moves on us. Yeah, so we have to just be careful. But it could also be in our favor that we get a nice spike and take profits. So that could also be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the best case scenario for me is that pull it back down today. That way, because we had a sustained run to the upside, it's just healthy for the markets to have a pullback right now. And then it gives us another entry signal. And then next week with non-farm, then it spike to the upside. And then we can cash out on all our bigger trades. So for me, that will be the best scenario. But I actually think we're gonna actually see a pullback. On Bitcoin, definitely pull back to 21, possibly to 19, because our next level below 21 would be the $19,000 level, and that I don't think that level is out of play yet. And it's still healthy, even if Bitcoin would pull back to 19, that's just part of the healthy upcycle. That would not say, oh, we're back into bear market, because obviously the market sentiment is people are now unsure. Are we still in a bear run? Or is this the turning point, or they're just playing with us, because they did when the market just before the FTX crash, it kind of felt like it's going to recover, and then also just before the Luna crash, again we felt it's going to recover. So they've been playing with our emotions now for such a long time. So now people are in disbelief. They can see it's going up, but they think, no, this is not true. The moment we want to, take a bite at the market, then they're going to take all our money. So,
yes, for sure. You can see that on that crypto index as well, on that chart, that total chart, you can see we're just like hovering just under the 1 trillion mark there. So in the bull run, we went up to 3 trillion. So there's a lot of money just still sitting out, and we're just not breaking that 1 trillion level. We're just not moving over that. So you can see people are still just very wary and trying to just see that things look stable, I think, before the big money comes back into crypto. Yeah, so it's definitely not there yet.
Yeah, so on the long-term picture, before Bitcoin haven't hit $35,000, the bigger market, and especially people, or big brokers, won't have confidence in Bitcoin. So therefore, the idea is Bitcoin would move up to the 33, 35 level. And then the moment it hit that area, then we're going to start looking at Bitcoin going sideways. And then the moment Bitcoin goes sideways, then money will flow out of Bitcoin into a lot of the alts. It will start to go up, So, and then more and more money will obviously join Bitcoin again, So, so right now, it's pretty much the guys that's already been in the previous bull runs. They are people that are putting money into Bitcoin because they know what Bitcoin can do. But people that are on the outside, they won't put money into Bitcoin. They absolutely still will believe that Bitcoin is in a bear run. And I think that bear run only once it crossed over the $33,000 level. That's the first time where the bigger trend and the bigger market would start to say, okay, well, maybe Bitcoin is starting to recover now. Yeah. Okay. Well, Dion, thank you very much for our recap. I think this is a good training week. So, guys, next week we're back again. Every evening, I'll try to put out a signal for us to trade. I want to encourage you, just be patient. Come just check out every video. We'll try to get into the trades quite quickly in each one of our videos, so you don't have to waste a lot of time to watch too long before you get to the signals. But we also want to just show you on the charts why we think there is a signal. The secret with this kind of trading is to be patient. There could be a trade once every day or once every 2 or 3 days, but there's not a trade every hour. And so, if you are on a 1-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, it's probably not going to help you because we don't trade on those charts. We probably go more to the 4-hour charts, probably our main chart that we work off when we determine entries and exits. But also traditionally in the markets, that's probably the best chart to work also on. So, but Deon will be back to Monday morning with the trade. I will tonight, just after the announcements is done, if there's a trade, I'll quickly make a video and just post it tonight, maybe for the weekend. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Deon. You must have a good weekend.
Great, guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. See you on Monday. Cheers.